What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about the 7 budget guns you should get right now. Well, I like this. Now there were so many good guns that were released in 2024, a lot of them really affordable. So today we're going to be talking about some of the most affordable ones and the guns I think would be most useful for you. This list is going to have a diverse set of firearms, so there's something for everybody, and all these guns are not only going to be affordable, they're going to be reliable, accurate, and you're going to be able to depend on them for whatever you need them for. Before we get into that video, I do want to thank the channel sponsor, which is Brownells. Brownells is a company I believe in. We have been working with them because not only are they based in Iowa, we really love them, but they have pretty much everything I use on a day-to-day basis, not only to do my job, but to have fun.
The good old range lube.
From bags to accessories to optics to lights and much more. Pretty much anything you see on the channel, you can get at Brownells. Now let's get started with number 7, and that is going to be the Palmetto State Armory ARV. I'm actually really impressed with it. Palmetto State Armory ARV was such an awesome gun in 2024, and it's really affordable. I like that. That's solid. What'd you think?
Not a bad little PTW.
Is it worth $800?
Yeah.
It has AR-15 controls with a PDW stock already equipped from it from Palmetto State Armory, but the front end of it looks very MP5-like. Not only that, but it has a good trigger, it has a good set of ergos, and it shoots really, really well. Now we're going to have a full review coming out of that gun here relatively soon, but spoiler alert, it was very reliable. Tons of rounds through it with tons of different types of ammo. One of the better 9mm PCCs. Overall, I think the PSA ARV was one of the best guns we shot this year. So how could it not make the budget gun list? In at number 6, we have the Ruger RXM. Now the Ruger RXM was a gun we shot a few months ago that absolutely surprised me. It was a Gen 3 Glock clone with a little bit of extra features, so I was kind of indifferent about it. Until I shot it and I realized that it is a Gen 3 Glock improved, which is very rare when you see it on the market today. You usually see the Gen 3 Glock clones, they're different but not improved. This one was actually improved. We did a mud test with it. Hey, it worked. It ran itself out. We shot it at distance. It was accurate, it was reliable, and it shot really quick. On top of that, it also is extremely affordable at the $400 price point and comes with a better set of features than a Gen 5 Glock, in my personal opinion. It has a solid grip, it has a really good trigger, they come ready to mount optics, they come with decent sights, and overall it has that classic Glock ergonomics and reliability that you expect, but only for $400 instead of $600. In at number 5, we have the Canik MC9LS. One of my favorite guns that I shot this year, absolutely incredible. It is a micro compact, is that what we're calling that category these days? It's a slim little gun, but it has a 4-inch barrel with a 15-round magazine capacity. Sort of like a Glock 19 on Ozempic, except it doesn't get that weird face. On top of that, it has Canik's legendary trigger, that precock striker trigger, so it is very, very fast to shoot and it's very accurate as well. Yeah, it's zeroed. Because it's just easier to operate that trigger than it is a heavier trigger like on a Glock or maybe a double action gun. It comes with an absolute shit ton of features out of the box, just like all Caniks do, and overall I think it's an absolutely excellent gun for everything. If you were trying to buy one gun to do a lot of stuff, the 4-inch 9mm striker fired guns are pretty much the go-to place for that, and the Canik MC9LS does everything that those guns do. They do it for a little bit cheaper, they look pretty good, and they have tons of features. In at number 4, we have the Springfield Echelon.
Springfield Echelon, baby.
Now the Springfield Echelon brought some heat this year with their new comp series, but their original Echelon can be found for almost $500 if you look at the right spots. The Springfield Echelon is an absolutely excellent polymer frame striker fired pistol, and it comes with a 4.5-inch barrel and a 17-round magazine capacity with a very unique and very reliable optic system, allowing you to mount almost any optic out of the box, which is saying a lot because even optics ready guns like one of my favorites, the PDP, you have to get the plate afterwards. You buy a Beretta, it's optics ready, but you have to get the plate, so you can't actually put the optic on it. Whereas with the Glock or the M&P, they're more optics ready, but with the Echelon, you can put like 20 optics on it right out of the box, which is extremely impressive. We also did a 2,000 round review of the Springfield Echelon, and it was very, very reliable, not only in adverse conditions, but just regular shooting. It's a fast, it's an accurate gun, it's affordable, and it's pretty good at everything as well, being a polymer frame striker fired 9, full size instead of a compact like the LS, but it is more shootable than the compact guns as well with more capacity. So you have to decide what you want. Do you want a smaller gun? Do you want a bigger gun? And if you get the Springfield Echelon, now they've released a new compact, you can go with that as well. In at number 3, we have another Ruger, the Ruger 556. Now the Ruger 556 was certainly one of my favorite budget rifles that we shot this year. It might dethrone the Smith & Wesson Sport as my personal favorite just because of how well it did. It can be found for around $600 to $700, and we picked one up and we put some Wooks furniture on it that I really like. I'm kind of an old school guy, and I like that walnut look, I like that wood look on guns, so this furniture allows you to put that walnut look on an AR-15. The Ruger itself was super reliable, and it was so accurate we were able to hit relatively easily at 400 yards.
Hit. 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 Hit.
Very shootable up close, and an AR-15 is probably the best home defense gun a person can buy in the United States or anywhere else for that matter. And the fact that you can get a 60-inch variant, which is the shortest legal length that most people can get unless you want to pin and weld it, makes it short enough to use inside but long enough to use outside. And on top of that, we have the ability to get that gun for $700 or less, making it accessible to most of America. So the Ruger 556, the Smith & Wesson Sport, the reason why I love this gun so much is because it takes the best home defense weapon that you can buy and it makes it available to all the people that need it. At number 2, we have the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0.
There you go.
Got one. Which is, I think, the 10th time I've put that on a list this year, but I love that gun. If I'm wearing mesh shorts or sweatpants or something like that, I actually rock the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 because it's so lightweight and I can still shoot it well. It's still kind of an enigma to me on why I can shoot it as well as I can because it's such a small gun. I mean, you're talking about a gun that's around 10 ounces, I think, maybe 12 ounces. It has a 3-inch barrel chambered in 380 ACP. It comes with HD sights and the M&P 2.0 trigger. I can't stress that enough. It is a 380 ACP that actually has a good trigger that you can actually hit things with instead of belly gun that shit and spray and pray. You can actually hit what you're aiming at. It's a gun that can fit in your pocket and has a 10-round capacity of a capable caliber. Now, 380 ACP, as I always stress, is on the low end of capable, but still certainly capable. It can pass that 12 inches of ballistics gel, and the ammo technology in 380 has gotten better, just like the 9mm has, so the 380 of 20 years ago isn't the 380 that you're going to be shooting today. Overall, I think it is one of the better, if not the best, concealed carry guns to come out in the last few years, let alone this year, so it's hard for it not to make this spot. And if you don't own one yet, please go out and try one out. And at number 1, we have the Extar EP9. The Extar EP9 has been my favorite little budget gun for as long as I can remember. I have been shooting it now for about 4 years, ever since I got the original from Extar, and I didn't even know who they were. I don't think most people knew who they were. 3.5 pounds, takes Glock mags, has some pretty damn decent accessories. This is absolutely excellent. And I just can't imagine how you can beat specs like that, but have managed in the Gen 2 to improve those ergonomics. They added a brace system, they added an M-lock rail, and they kept the same accuracy and reliability that they previously had. The guns are a little more expensive now because 4 years things have changed a lot in price point on literally everything. Check your grocery bill if you don't believe me. They come out now at $500, but they still have that same reliability and that same lightweight and that same accessibility to parts and accessories that they had before. A Glock fed carbine that can run races, that has an M-LOK rail that is 3.5 pounds in only $500 is really, really impressive. And a little 5-inch PCC is such an easy gun for almost everybody to shoot. And the reason why that is because you feel like you're playing Call of Duty a bit. You feel like you have a capable gun, but there's almost no blast, there's almost no recoil. The magazines are easy to load, and overall the guns are so much fun. The fun to cost ratio is so high with the Extar EP9, and on top of that, the guns have been extremely reliable. Now that we've had a Gen 1, we've had the Gen 2 carbine, and now we've had the Gen 2, all of them have been excellent. And for the price point of $500, I just would never expect that, because usually when you get guns that cheap, you get what you pay for, where in this case, the Extar exceeds my expectations yet again, and that is why it's number 1.
Hip shots at 25.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please support Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.